What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode number 468 of the Action Movie Guys podcast. I am your host, Nate, and my co-host is
Alex Figueroa.
And on this episode, we are joined once again by our intern, Evan. Evan, say hello to the people.
Hello, people.
There he is. He's here, and he's joining us for another episode. He'll be on for a few more episodes, so get used to it. Now, this week, boys, we got an interesting movie from 1994. Now, I don't remember. Alex, had you seen this before this?
I seen it once. I'm not going to lie. I seen this movie once.
Was it a long time ago or recent?
No, a very long time ago.
Okay. Yeah. And Evan, just this movie, how familiar? Have you seen it before? Did you have a birthday party for The Shadow or anything like that?
Well, you speak of it. I am a Shadow fanatic.
Oh,
I have all the audio tapes, all the radio shows. I have listened to them all. I used to have the comics. I've read the pulp. I've done. I have seen this movie countless times.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm going to. I don't know. I was thinking while I was watching it, am I just a fan of Alec Baldwin doing my like the hunt for the relic in The Shadow? I'm like going, I don't know, but no, I love The Shadow. So did not have a birthday party because I thought that would be kind of dark and no one could see each other.
Scary. You throw knives at all the other guests. Let's see what happens.
But no, I've seen this many, many times.
Okay, so you're very familiar. Alex has seen it. I've never seen this movie. This was a first time watch. Never in my life. Now, I remember when it came out in 94. I was a kid, but I remember the ads. I remember the McDonald's. They had like a McDonald's tie-in thing for The Shadow. It's like, get The Shadow, Happy Meal. And it'd be like little toys. So I'm familiar with it. I also have almost bought this movie on Blu-ray like at least 7 times and never pulled the trigger. So I was like, you know what? This would be a perfect time to find out if I like it or not. Now, before I get into the Rotten Tomatoes scores, let me go ahead and give you a little bit of background and some little fun facts on this movie. Now, this film is, as mentioned, based on a pulp fiction character of the same name, The Shadow, which was created in 1931. So this character's been around for almost 100 years now. At the time of the movie, 63-year-old character. So we're not exactly talking, someone who's still in the cultural zeitgeist, but it is a character that had been around for a long time. It's not like original for this movie or anything like that.
And he was created as to introduce their shows. He was not created to be a character. He was just a guy who's introducing these detective shows and to get people to know. So there's that joke when she says, I think they created The Shadow just make us listen to the radio. She says that joke kind of as a nod to that.
Yes, that is true. And also this originally the rights were purchased for the film in 1982. So it took 12 years before anything happened. Robert Zemeckis originally was involved in the film adaptation in the 80s. Then Sam Raimi made a pitch for it that was completely ignored by the studios. They said, no, his idea eventually became Darkman, where he made his own original type of movie. So his Darkman movie started off as his sort of idea for The Shadow. Now, David Koepp ended up writing it, of course, the writer of the greatest movie of all time, Jurassic Park, and writer of many other movies that are of varying quality. I'll just put it that way. And then, of course, it states here that there's something else that I wanted to say. Oh, yes. The Shadow was shot all on the Universal backlot in Hollywood, which is interesting because I've been there and I did the VIP tour and there was a part where I'm like, I've seen this sidewalk. I've been there, which was a little weird for me. That's what I thought of. They shot it on 5 sound stages over 60 days. And they had a little mini unit go out for location shooting, very small. Also, they lost a week when there was an earthquake that destroyed the Hall of Mirrors set. Okay, so that's kind of crazy. So that's all I got there as far as fun facts. Now, let me give you also, it was ultimately a financial failure. It did not. This was set to be a franchise. They were going to make video games, toys, everything. But the movie failed at the box office, and none of those things really came to fruition, not in the way they were hoping for. This has not that great Rotten Tomatoes scores. So this has a 37% critic score and a massive 45% audience score. So neither one is at 50%. Alex, do you find these numbers surprising at all?
A little. I'll say a little. A little.
Okay. A little.
Very, very surprising that the audience is 45.
Okay.
I'm saying on that.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Saying kind of interesting. Evan, do you find these numbers interesting or expected?
Sad. Sad.
That's
all I'm going to say. Well, I was thinking of the last movie we just watched with Axel yelling at Rosewood, "Are you driving blind?" I'm like, "Are they watching blind?" Because I might have a bias on this one. So,
I guess we're going to find out. Now, before we get into it, got to say, when I'm looking up all this information for it, badass poster. The Shadow has one of the best 90s movie posters. It is sick. Now, let's see if this movie lives up to this poster. We're going to start with our super fan, Evan, lead character, the incredibly named Lamont. I never thought I'd see Alec Baldwin play a character named Lamont, but Lamont Cranston, also The Shadow. Please take it away. What did you think?
I love Alec Baldwin's portrayal here. I think that I don't know if he does the research or whatnot. I feel he got the pulp character correct. I felt he did it. They decided to make him Lamont Cranston in most of the stuff. He's actually not Lamont. He's just a character he plays throughout it. So they actually just made him Lamont, and the whole backstory of him being a warlord and that's made up for the movie. But I actually like that storyline. I thought it gave him some depth and it was different. But I actually like what we got from him until the very end. I thought we lose what made him the Shadow. And for not a good explanation, I'm going to speak to him telling Tim Curry to jump and kill himself. If we would have had a little bit more of an explanation of him going into that dark side, because we got him, but it doesn't really tell us why. But I just think that crosses where Lamont is at that moment as a person. So it gets a little confusing at the end of who he is. So I ended up giving him a 4.
Nice. All right. A 4 from our man, Evan. Alex, what did you think of Lamont Cranston, a.k.a. The Shadow?
All right. So, so I seen this once. I own it on Blu-ray. I purchased it on Blu-ray for this. Because sometimes it's a hit or miss. I buy them and I'm like, I should have brought it. And then I rent it and I'm like so pissed off.
And you regret it that you should just buy it.
Then I regret it, yeah, pretty much. So I'm like, now I'm just starting to just buy the shit we watch. And if I don't like it, then I can just sell it off. But anyway, The Shadow, Lamont, Alec Baldwin. All right, Evan, I know this is going to be a biased thing. I already know this is going to be biased. But I gave this a 2. I gave him a 2. I did not dig The Shadow at all. I don't know. Besides him fighting in the shadows, he goes from Alec Baldwin into prosthetic noses and what is his power? What does he do besides he
can make people he can mess with the mind.
It's the Force,
telepathy.
Oh, yeah, I see. So
he could read he reads your mind, so that's how he knows when people like in the beginning with the bridge, he goes, "You killed a cop." He didn't see him kill the cop. He just read his mind that he killed the cop. He just knew that was going down from we don't know what got him.
And he could make them see what he wants. So that's why he's invisible to them, is because he makes them work. He's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's why the girlfriend, who is also he can't use his power on her.
Yeah. Remember when he makes his eyes brown?
Yeah.
And he's like,
yeah.
You will never see me again. She's like, why not?
Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know. I get it. It was not for me. I don't know. It felt very, I don't know. I can't explain it because this character is just I don't know if it's Alec Baldwin himself. I could see him as a superhero. He looks like a leading man superhero. Honestly, if he was in a Batman movie, I would have casted him as Harvey Dent. Oh. He looks like Harvey Dent. He would have been a perfect Harvey Dent. He looks really good looking, and he's a great actor. So the minute they throw the acid on him, I could totally see him freaking out and doing the two personalities thing. So I could totally see him as that. I don't know. The Shadow, I guess you have to read those serials and something. I don't know. I just felt like it was a cornball character. I don't know. Dude's he saves people and he's like, now you're part of the thing. And when you hear this sign, you will say that the ice is slippery or shiny. And it's like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And then now everybody's shadow goons, like running around, like they're part of the clan. I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like the movie didn't do, is out of the script didn't do justice for the shadow. Like, I think that could happen. Or it's just a character that would not relate to a lot of people.
It's also campy. I mean, if you listen to The Shadow, it's very campy. It's made for that 10-year-old listening to the radio, and I felt honored that it's not made for us as adults to enjoy as this great art cinema.
So it's like a product of his time of when it came out. So that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, it just didn't work for me. It's a cool concept. In the right writer's hands or a director that has the vision for this to make this into I don't know. This is just this in
this needs to be needs to be like how we were saying Dick Tracy needs to be a TV show.
Yeah,
I think this needs to be a TV show.
Definitely needed to be a TV show. But anyway, I gave it a 2.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it will not be a TV show that I would watch. Because I do not like The Shadow, I think. I'm not a fan. It doesn't matter what version. I just don't think I like this character. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, okay, I agree with Alex that he saves the Chinese guy by shooting guns into the concrete, which could have definitely hit him in the feet. But no, of course, he doesn't hit him in the feet. He shoots the concrete, he frees him, and he said, I saved your life. Now you will work for me. It's like, why? I don't want to work for you. Thank you for saving my life. I didn't ask you to. I don't want to become a shadow servant to your, and the guy helps him, of course, because it's a movie, but I didn't like that. Evan, maybe you're right as far as like certain explanations, like you said with the Tim Curry thing. Like, this guy's a bad guy at the beginning of the movie. He's like an opium kingpin, and then he goes to the Golden Child to his house, and then a little knife bites him. I'm like, what am I watching? And then here's what I hated: they explain him with a text wall. A text wall.
That pissed
they don't
me off.
show you him learn anything. They don't show. This needed the Batman Begins. I need to see him train, learn, explain. I don't need a wall of words that says Lamont Cranston then became the Shadow. He can become a shadow in the walls, and then he's like Peter Pan, and they shoot the arrows into the shadow. He gets stuck on the wall. I don't like his powers. I don't like him. I gave him a 1. And I think Alec Baldwin is the correct. I think he was a good casting choice. I do. I think I just don't like this character. I don't. And most of the movie, the beginning and then the end, he's the Shadow. Most of the middle, he's just a dude who's talking with people all the time. He goes to talk with his uncle at this party. Then he's hanging out with the girl. Then he goes back to talk to his uncle again. Then he goes to talk to the other guy. Then he goes, and I'm like, this guy stinks. Get him out of here. Yeah, I hate to do it, but I didn't like him. I think I just don't like the Shadow. It's not a property that resonates with me in any sort of way. So sorry. 1 for me.
I will say this though, like I kind of understood why they had him talking to his uncle, because his uncle is like the head detective of New York. So I was like, I kind of see that's his in.
Sure, but why is he always at that in the same place? He's just always hanging out at that table.
I guess it was like this whole. I mean, I guess back in the days in the whatever 50s or 40s, like people used to hang out in clubs.
Sure.
So he's a cop, he's eating, which I didn't mind much because I kind of liked the time period that this movie was shot in. I was like, that's pretty cool. But I just felt like, yeah, you're right. It felt like this was a 2-location movie. It was just like he gets in the taxi cab, take me to my uncle. He gets to and Frank Barone is driving him all over the place. And I'm just like, I get it.
Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein. But I totally get it. Yeah. My gripe with this movie is like, it needed more
Shadow?
Not more shadow. It just needed more explanations of the character.
And I also didn't get the face thing. Why is he can make himself not be seen at all. Why does he need to also change his face?
Alter his face. Do you know that?
I think it's his curse of like what the evil he does. It drains him. His ugly side comes out.
So he's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that's a doing.
Well, now, my other question.
My other question is: do you think that the failure of Dick Tracy hurt the production of The Shadow because they pulled back and said, hey, we're not going to spend as much as we were going to. You got 60 days, you got these sets. You don't get to go out and do what Dick Tracy did.
This did have a lower budget than Dick Tracy. I mean, it could, because there is similarities in the time period, in the look, the hat and the...
Oh, it could have. Yeah, you might be right. I didn't think of that.
But I do think there was enough of a gap. Like, this was 4 years later. So, but it could.
But do you think that the studio was forced to make it so they didn't lose the rights to it?
Maybe. Yeah, this was Universal, who is a studio that personally I love, but yeah, it could be. Maybe they're like, we got to get this in production before someone else does. But I think they should have just let someone else do it, because then they wouldn't have lost any money. Now, I will say, before we move on, Alex, I immediately thought of you when I started this movie and the scene on the bridge. I'm like, because in Dick Tracy, Alex was like, these people are walking around and there's nobody on the street. And this guy's on the bridge for like 30 minutes. No cars. Nothing. And the worst part is, you can tell it was blocked on both sets. Like, it was a little
and
set.
a painting.
You could see the line on the floor. And I'm going to save some things for like production wise for overall. But I was like, this got to be bothering him, because if the streets thing bothered him, these people have been on this bridge for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Not a soul,
and it
not
felt
a car.
just like, and well, let me just tell you, I was telling Nate, I almost lost my wife on this one. She was going to get divorced because she was like, what am I watching? But the crazy thing is, I totally got the Darkwing Duck vibe, bro, when they were in the bridge. Yep. All I needed him to say is, I am the terror that flaps.
Let's get dangerous.
If we would have said, let's get dangerous, I would have gave him a 2. But instead, I do think he looks cool. I like the look. I like the 2 guns.
Does look like I said, like, I don't mind it. I just think I needed more explanation on what he does, why he does it. Like, if he is a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Like, okay, because throughout the movie, I'm just like, why is he transforming like in the backseat of a taxi cab?
I feel like for some reason they assumed the people that were going to go watch this knew who he was, even though he was a 60-year-old character, which is a weird thing to do. I think you have to write for people who don't know who he is.
So if I'm trying to remember, I don't think he transforms in the radio show. He does. They never touch on that. So they took a lot of liberties to try to make it. And I do want to know sometimes if there's like a unedited cut, because I feel like there are some harsh cut scenes that happen in this movie that I feel like we're missing key elements.
Could be some stuff on the cutting room floor. All right, let's move on. We're going to go to our main villain now. It is played by John Lone. He's playing Shiwan Khan, the last descendant of Genghis Khan. Alex, what did you think of Genghis Khan's great-great-grandson or nephew or whatever he is?
I thought he was cool. It's funny. He was good in the movie. My only problem was the shadow, because I didn't know what I was. I never knew I don't know this damn character. So it's like, I'm like, okay. But in terms of the villain, I thought the villain had the same powers as he does. The only difference, he doesn't transform into an ugly dude. Like, his eyes turn brown when he's about to manipulate people. I mean, that's pretty much what he does. I mean, I don't know. And he's like the great cousin of Genghis Khan. And honestly, in terms of the villain, I gave him a 3. I thought he was good. He kidnapped my man Magneto, who's doing the bombs. He was trying to blow up the world, and he had a cool hiding spot. It was in the middle of every place. No one could have saw the hotel being built. I don't know. I thought he was a cool character. Other than that, I don't know. It felt very Ghostbusters / Scooby-Doo when they brought him into the coffin. And the guy's like, do not touch nothing. Do not open. And all of a sudden this thing starts opening. And I'm like, this is so Ghostbusters / Scooby-Doo. Like, and then he comes out and he's like, oh, you have a weak mind. Shoot yourself. The guy
work for me.
Himself. Yeah.
Or die.
And he dies. Like, yeah. I don't know. And then the guy with the taxi driver, right? He was like, oh, give me $4. And he was like, you need fuel. And he rams his car into a fuel truck. And I was just like, okay. So I guess I can see what type of villain this guy is.
All right. So a 3.
Yeah, I gave him a 3.
Okay.
I thought he was good.
Okay. That's good. Evan, what do we got?
Yeah.
I liked him. I mean, he comes in. He's more powerful than the Shadow. Like, he's doing things that the Shadow didn't even conceive of. He made a whole hotel disappear in people's minds. So he's setting this up. Like, and we're getting the plan. He's trying to woo the Shadow back to his old days so they could conquer the world. It's a very simple plan, and it has a purpose of what he's trying to do. And then he's also going, if you don't, I'm going to try to kill you. But he really wants them because he knows what Lamont's past is. And so now we're giving not just like, Lamont has to I just have to beat the bad guy. Like, he has to deal with stuff inside of himself. Like, he has to deal with past mistakes and stuff like that. So I really like him. I knocked down a point. I gave him a 4 because the henchmen were just like, that big tall guy was in every 90s henchman movie because he's that big scary guy. Does he look like a Mongolian? No, everyone else did. But just because this guy's tall and he has the nice little haircut, I mean, he's in everything, like all the kid movies. I mean, and did you notice that in the beginning that you have a guy from Die Hard, Alex? I don't know if you noticed that. So
was he actually in Die Hard, or is this like where Alex thought everybody was in Die Hard and they were in Rambo? Yeah.
No, when I saw him, I laughed so hard. I went, well, look, Alex finally got his guy from Die Hard. He's the guy who gets the candy bar to eat it before the cops come in. So
there you go.
He's in the very beginning. He's taking the evil guy, the bad guy.
He's like the bad guy in like every 80s movie.
Yes.
You know who he is.
Typical bad guy. Just like typical big Mongolian beef, the big guy.
But for a 10-year-old watching a movie, I thought you got a perfect bad guy who's having a good time. He's enjoying being evil. And we know what his plan is. Much better than Beverly Hills Cop 2 villain. We know what he wants.
That's true. I will say this, though. He went to a nice barber because he went from a bad haircut to a jiggy haircut. Like, he had a GQ style haircut towards the ending. I was like, wow, they hooked him up with the back. Like, he just went and must have manipulated his head.
Okay. Shiwan Khan. All right. One thing I don't like in movies in general is when the hero and the villain have the same exact powers. I don't like it. I'm not a huge fan of it. Then it's just a battle of who can do that one thing more than the other one. I like it when there's a little bit of a difference that they have to go against. That's personal to me. So he has the same as the Shadow, but he's more stronger, more powerful with it. He has the little knife that bites and all that kind of garbage. I don't understand how his powers work either, though, because like you just mentioned, Alex. All right, first of all, he talks to the guy at the museum. He's like, you work for me or you die. But he could clearly control his mind. He could just make him work for him. I don't know why he gave that guy a choice. Ian McKellen, he talks to him through a cigarette billboard, and he's like talking with him, and he's like, yes, Mike Hahn, I will build your bomb. He doesn't have to be there. So really, he should just be able to make everybody work for him if he's like a god level powerful. I'll agree with Evan. The plan is simple. Take over the world. Do I love that? Not really. I mean, that's like, I feel like that's bad guy 101. Take over the world. Okay, got it. Now, does he go about it in an interesting way? Not for me, but he makes a bomb. The thing comes freaking rolling down the stairs like a bowling ball. I laughed. I was like, what is going on? I give him a 2. I give him a soft. I liked him better than the Shadow, but barely. So I want to move on. Let's get to the action scenes now. Let's talk about some action. Evan, what did you think about the action in this?
Any action we saw ended up being cut. I feel like anything we're about to see, it just cuts off. Like, we never truly ever see action. The car chase, you could tell that they sped it up. Like, boom, when he's chasing them in the motorcycle, it was just sped up. They weren't driving that fast. They just said, hey, let's speed it up. But there's nothing really that we see. I mean, like, the coolest scene is when he gets into the hotel in the shadows and his cape goes. And I was thinking, that looks pretty cool. But like, none of our action is like amazing. It's campy. It's definitely campy. It's in that Dick Tracy vein of like, this is not going to be like it. It was more all the talk. It looked cool, but the action itself, I thought, was not amazing. I ended up with a 2 for the action because there's not much. And anytime you're about to see something cool, they cut to a different thing. And you're like, okay, why did we cut that? Like the rolling of the bomb going down, you're missing the fight with the Shadow and what's his name? Like, why are we cutting between these two? I I could see the bomb could just literally be there and cut the wire and do all that without it needing to roll around the hotel. And how did it get upstairs and they got downstairs? I still don't know. I'm not going to justify that. But anyways, it's a 2. It's fun for a kid, but there was some problems. So there you go. That's probably my lowest score.
Okay, the worst score you're going to hear from Evan. Alex, action.
I did not like the action in the movie. I couldn't take it. I couldn't. This dude is called the Shadow, and he did shit. Like, all he did was laugh. He was like,
I forgot about that. I hated that so much.
Dude, I was so getting annoyed. It was the same thing in the bridge. I thought, okay, you know what? Because they introducing the Shadow, you're going to get him. But all he was kept going was like, what you gonna do? And then
he has the power of laughter.
The power of, yeah, because I'm like, oh, okay. All he did was punch in the beginning, and I was like, okay, cool. He's punching the dudes, and I'm like, wow, that's actually a cool power that he's doing here. Then I'm like, all right. Then I guess he got stupider towards the ending of the movie, because let's take it time wise here. He fights Tim Curry in a water tube thing, and he goes, he's laughing, and Tim Curry sees his shadow in the water, shoots him, locks him in the water, and I'm going, first of all, you know you're a shadow. Why are you in water where you get to just, they're going to see you? So I'm like, whatever. That pissed me off. And then he was like, teleports to, mine with the girl going, help me. And she's like, oh. And I was just like, that's stupid. Then he fights in the laboratory with the guys doing the same laughter. And what do the guys do? He points the flashlight and gets shot with 2 arrows, and he's there like dangling like a Peter idiot. Peter Pandem. And all of a sudden he takes his 2 guns and he's like, bang, 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 bang. Dude, I started to get annoyed because I'm like, dude, you're the worst Shadow because you're getting caught everywhere. And I agree with Evan. I thought when he came out of the taxi cab and goes into the hotel, I thought he looked badass. The cape is flapping. And I'm like, man, he looks pretty dope. But then he becomes a Shadow. He's invisible. So technically he ain't shooting shit in terms of film wise. I wasn't too crazy with it. I wasn't. I felt like he was just laughing most of the time. And then there was other times like when they give him a piece of paper with some information, it goes through these tubes throughout the entire Manhattan. And I'm just like, what the hell is this? Literally it was like 5 minutes of the tube.
That's so that the guy could do those camera shots. Cool.
Oh, that's what it was.
And just to let you know, that scene right there is what Sam Raimi used to say he could do Spider-Man. Is with Tobey Maguire. He goes, look at what they could do there. I could do that with a human. And put Spider-Man doing that through New York.
That's awesome, but I didn't want to see a paper tube for 5 minutes going up and down.
like at the literally, when you go to drop a check in that little thing that shoots up.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow. And then it just keeps going, and I'm like, damn. It went up, and it went down.
How's this working? Where are they getting the air pressure system? You put it in a door, and it just shoots.
Watch out. Yeah.
How did you construct that?
In the shadows.
I get it.
It takes so long.
Oh my, yeah. I was just that irked me. And I was just like, I don't know why this thing is irking me, but that thing pissed me off. Because I'm like, it's flying everywhere. But anyway,
this tube.
Yeah, I did. I gave it a 2. I thought the action sequences, I gave it a 2. Okay. I was not in it.
Now, here's the weird thing. This is directed by a guy named Russell Mulcahy. Now, he's Australian. He did direct another movie that we have not done yet. An 80s movie called Highlander was like his first kind of big hit movie. He did another movie, which we did review here, which was Resident Evil Extinction later in the 2000s. He did that movie. So a very
Is that
diverse,
the only 3 things he's done?
Those are the only 2 things he's done that I've seen from what I remember. And I just try to tie to like stuff we would review. Because I think he's done like non-action movies. But let's see, Highlander 2, Ricochet, which is a Denzel Washington movie, The Real McCoy, The Shadow, Tale of the Mummy, Swimming Upstream. Like, I don't know what these Teen Wolf the movie was his most recent movie for MTV.
Oh, I was gonna say with Michael J. Fox. No, that's pretty.
No, the show, the MTV show. Now, I say all that to say I know he's capable of doing some cool action. Some of those movies, Highlander. Again, we haven't done it yet. Say what you will. It does have some interesting action in it. This, I agree with you both. I gave it a 2. I won't spend much time on it. It's fairly flat. It's not as cool as it could have been for someone who could kind of. I thought the first scene was kind of cool on the bridge when he's like teleporting and like. I said, okay, cool. This movie has a lot of special effects considering its budget. Some look cool. Some look the little knife that bites. I mean, I don't know whose idea that was. Take it out. It made me laugh every time. I don't know if I was supposed to laugh, but I laughed every time. So yeah, I won't spend too much time. You guys said it all. I give it a 2 as well. Okay, storyline. Alex, what do you got?
I did not know what the hell I was watching. I'm going to be honest with you. In terms of the main plot, kicked in towards the middle. I believe it kicked in towards the middle about the bomb and all that. But I felt like it was, I don't think they did. Maybe, again, I know when Evan comes up, he's more into the shadow. So I guess it's more familiar to him. But for me, as a movie goer, like someone that don't know about the shadow, I felt like the plot didn't kick in until, like I had the same problems with Beverly Hills Cop 2 I had with this one. I feel like it didn't kick in until the middle half of the film when you see Ian doing the bomb thing, and I was like, oh, he's gonna blow up some shit. But I was like, okay, cool. But it just felt lackluster. In terms of storyline, I felt like it was just a lackluster movie. I did not know the character as much, so I couldn't invest too much into the movie. Like Evan said, it was kind of campy, and I agree. So I gave it a 2. I thought a 2 is decent. It was a decent movie. I wish it was better because I kind of like the 1930s feel to it. I thought I don't know. I just felt like it could have been more. Now, Evan, you could say yes or no, but is this a free domain now? Like anyone could do whatever they want with the character?
To my knowledge, yes. Like all the radio shows, like you could just download for free the pulp stuff. So it depends on like the new comics, no. So, but I think the character.
I don't think Tracy goes into public domain like next year.
I want to say.
So, like, if you want to make a fan film of The Shadow, you're not going to get in trouble? It's a public domain?
Yes. Not to my knowledge. Are we starting a film studio?
No. No, I'm just saying, like, is this a character that you go, oh, okay, I could make my own interpretation.
The Shadow character is currently in the public domain in the United States.
Okay. Nice. Oh, no, yeah, give it a 2. I give it a 2. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, 2. I'm giving it a 3. I really like the feel. I love the era. I think that's why I love the Batman animated series. I mean, it has that same kind of, it's Gilded Age era and stuff like that. I really like that. I was torn because like 10-year-old Evan, this is a 5. Like everything about this, you got history, you got adventure, you got the campy. I loved The Ring as a kid. I loved the secret message. Like you want to be in this world and be like part of it and get to know the Shadow and just think it's really cool that you have this. But you also have adult Evan where I think it gets crazy. Once again, what is with the 90s pulp movies made for kids and all the sex? All I gotta say is, what's her name saying, I had a dream, laying naked in the sand and beach. I'm like going, holy cow. She's like, is she going to take off her shirt? Because she leans back and she does
Come
that.
on.
And I'm like going,
I'm kidding.
And it's very hard to watch her be that sensual because I just think of her as the mom from Kindergarten Cop. So you're like going, I don't know. So I just find that scene weird and why we're going that route. Like what does that add? What does that dream do anything to the storyline? I don't know. So throw that out. I watched that. But I gave it a 3 overall. I think it's still entertaining. I think stuff. I'm going to say the laugh is the most important part of the radio show. That's what he got. Yes, that's what he's famous for. What you can't see anything. There's no TV, so he gets famous for the laugh. So that's how it starts. Yes,
here he comes.
It literally go find some. Yep, that's how they know he's in it. That's how. And just to let you know, Orson Welles does the Shadow, and he really perfects that kind of laugh. So he's the one that really, to my knowledge, dives into that. I'm not like the expert historian on the Shadow, but I think Orson Welles gets the most famous.
I did see that. He's like kind of the most famous one. Yeah. Yes, he does. He does it for many, many years.
What is it called, that style of storytelling?
It's pulp.
Oh, pulp.
It's detective.
Oh, I mean, no, the radio show type thing was.
It was called like, they used to call it like radio plays or something like that. Like it was like a play but
Yeah.
audio only.
But that's what Orson Welles got famous for, because everyone knows he did the War of the Worlds and he acted like it was a real thing, and then people believed aliens were actually doing it. So that's how he got famous. And so The Shadow was one of those.
That was the original Blair Witch Project
characters.
War of the Worlds. People were like, oh my God, we're under attack! Ah,
Aliens are coming!
The Shadow's here.
I'll give it to you. If you don't know about the laugh, it's annoying in the movie because you're like, well, why are we just laughing? And I'll give that to you. But as a kid,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not know nothing about the laugh. I'm just like, why is he laughing every time he gets on the thing? I get it now, but
nope. I agree. I hate that laugh. I think it's stupid. Even if it's what was see, here's my thing. I've discovered. Even if it's the original like lore and the original, I just don't like it. I don't think I would like those radio like if this is what this is, I don't like this. I don't like this storyline. I agree with you, Evan, as far as like this is like, what is up with these movies? At least this one is PG-13. Like Dick Tracy was PG and had more questionable things and violence. This one, though, you're right. Like this is a movie that is essentially made for families to kind of enjoy together, especially if you're doing Happy Meal toys and video, like that's for kids. So I agree with you. It is and it's funny, Penelope Ann Miller, like, Kindergarten Cop, I always think of her from Carlito's Way for whatever reason. Like she's that dancer, like he loves her or whatever. Every time I see her, I'm like, Carlito's Way. That's her, Carlito's Way. But yes, she's okay. She's an okay actress. She never really blew up the way I think people might have thought she was in the 90s. I hate this. I don't like this story. Again, I think this just does not work for me. Where I'll agree is I like the setting. I like the time period. I'm cool with all that. I don't like the characters too much. Like I don't like the love story. I don't think it's very good. I think it's dumb. Like they're talking. She's like, "Oh yes, thank you. My dress was what?" And he's like, "I didn't compliment your dress." And she could read his mind. Oh, but he can't do anything. Like his powers don't work on her, but she could read his mind pretty easily. Ian McKellen, like his whole thing as the and that's another thing. I hate the acting in this. I don't think it's very good. Well, I'll save that for overall. But I give this a 1. I wasn't into it literally at all. Like from start to finish, we open up with this guy with long hair and long fingernails. Why? I don't know. He's a drug lord, apparently in Asia, even though he's a white guy. Fine. He gets summoned to this other place, or kidnapped or whatever. He goes. He gets turned good, but he's still kind of a douche. We get text instead of actual storytelling. Yeah, not for me. So I gave it a 1. I do not like this. Okay, last overall, Evan, you get to go first. Take it away.
So I'm hearing you. I'm doing that, but this movie is dear to my heart. I love this movie. I've watched it so many times. I bought the VHS as the kid. I rented it for many years, and then when because you usually came to rental, and then you were able to buy it. I bought it. I bought it on DVD. I bought it on Blu-ray. I have watched this movie. I do not want to think too hard. I do not want to think too critically, and you're not ruining this movie. It's a 4 overall. It has some problems, but I love this movie. It's still enjoyable. But yes, as an adult, if you go to experience, remember, it was made for a 1994 10-year-old kid, not for us in 2025 as 30 to 40 somethings. Just want to put that out there.
And I'll piggyback off of that in a moment. Alex, what did you think overall?
Overall, I give it a 1. This movie's
you almost got
garbage.
Divorced off of
I almost got divorced of this shit. This is not a good movie. While Dick Tracy, I enjoyed it. Even it has its flaws. I enjoyed the movie. Even the bad guys had their stuff. I enjoyed the bad guys, the mumbles, but this I couldn't relate to the Shadow. I didn't know, and it's kind of hard, right? Because it felt like you needed to be in that 1938 era when these scripts are, you're listening to the radio, or maybe an older person that heard this for the first time on the radio or something. But for a modern moviegoer, the laugh was annoying as hell. It was kind of corny. The fighting was garbage. There was no good superhero fights. If this is a anti-hero, superhero, whatever. Alec Baldwin was a good choice for the Shadow. I just felt like it just fell flat with the character. The villain is not memorable at all. He was just a corny, whatever, Genghis Khan's brother or whatever, uncle or whatever.
Shiwan Khan.
Yeah, Shiwan Khan. And then they put him in a mental institution at the end because they took out his frontal lobe and he can't now do the... And guess what? That guy was part of the Shadow Clan because he had the ring and locked him in. I said,
forced lobotomies. Let's go,
that's
baby.
Right. They forced him. The Shadow knew where to cut it. And that's true because he threw the glass and it hit him right in the head where he could use the powers of the mind. So I don't know. Evan, I give you a lot of respect because I like that you like it, not for nostalgia purposes, but you like it for the historical purposes of the Shadow, what it does to you. But as a moviegoer, this movie's ass. Like, like honestly, I'm very intrigued to listen to I'm really gonna listen to one episode of the radio to just to give myself a sense of what I watched. Maybe I might enjoy the radio more. I don't know, Owen Wells, but I don't know, Wilson. Man. Owen Wilson. I was going to say Owen Wilson.
The Shadow.
The Shadow.
Owen Wilson doing that laugh would be something.
What's his name? He plays Steve McQueen.
No, they gotta get Seth Rogen to do it.
Rogen.
This stupid laugh. Like, what the heck? Okay,
all right.
So a 1.
Yeah,
all right.
1.
Well, Evan, I agree with Alex that I like that you like this movie. You know what? There's plenty of movies that I feel about those movies the way you feel about The Shadow. It's like, okay, you know what? A bunch of people hate this. I don't care. I like it. I watch it as a kid. I have nostalgia for it. If I watched, knowing me, Nate, if I watched this when I was 10, I would have been bored out of my mind. I would not have liked it as a kid. It's too much talking. It is too much but it's not the kind of talking that I would have knowing my child self. I wouldn't have been into this. But as an adult, I 1,000,000% agree with Alex. I think there's so many problems. This movie does not work. And I'm not surprised it has bad Rotten Tomato scores. I'm not surprised it was a failure. If you're looking at it from the lens of it's made for if you were a kid in the 90s, this was it. The problem with that is those kind of movies are they don't stand the test of time because once you're not that, if you didn't see it then, it's I can't enjoy this because it's so bad. There's no redeeming quality. So I think it's a bad film. The production is bad. You could see wires there's a freaking scene on the roof where he's holding the guy up and you could see the black wires and I'm like, well, how do you not get that out of here? The bridge where you could see the line of where the painting starts and where the set ends. A good cast, wasted. I mean, you got Tim Curry, who's one of the best actors, period. Everyone loves him. Wasted in this dumb character. Ian McKellen, bad. His American accent is horrible. So I'm watching, I'm like, damn, this sucks because I like Alec Baldwin. I think he tried. I think he did a fine job. We don't really rate the acting as far as the characters, but in overall you can, and I thought he was good. Everyone else I thought was pretty bad. The best thing about this is the score. I think the music is really good. You got Jerry Goldsmith. Yeah, I think the music's legitimately good. I have no problems with it. I just wish it was in a different movie because they wasted it on this movie because it's a great score for a crap. I gave it a 1. I'm not into this. I'm glad I didn't buy it. I now am happy that I never pulled the trigger on that Blu-ray because I would have sold this thing when I finally watched it. Now I don't even have to bother. But you're the only person that I know that likes this movie. Yes. Now there might be others but no one's ever mentioned, no one's been oh, I like The Shadow, or they either never seen it or don't like it. So I think it's cool that you like it because, there might be some listeners who agree with you and they'll be like, these guys, Alex and Nate, are dumb. And there'll be some people who agree with us. I'm sure that they'll watch, maybe they heard us and they're like, I'm interested now. And then they'll watch it and they'll be like, damn, they were right. That movie's bad. So I don't know.
And I would like to say I was a weird kid growing up. My favorite superhero that I loved was Zorro. I counted him as a superhero. My favorite actor was Elvis. I watched Roy Rogers. I listened to radio shows for fun. I drove my siblings crazy because when it was my turn to pick music for a car ride, wasn't the car ride, it was my Shadow tapes. They put that in. Yeah. So I drove people crazy about it. So but I'm weird like that. Like I like old stuff. I like history. I like new stuff too. But it's
You picked a great month to come on the podcast because these.
Oh, when you listed The Shadow, I wanted to do that, and I said that, and you're like, "Oh, you want to do all the other?" I went, "Yes, I love these."
You're the guy for the job.
So they're like so made me.
Well, I would say this though: if I saw The Shadow when I was young, when it first came out, I would have been like, "Oh, this movie is cool." But then this would have been the part that I would rewatch it and go, "This is an ass movie." Like
It would have ruined your childhood.
Yeah.
it would have ruined my childhood. Yeah.
And I think only because I watch it consistently growing up that it's still enduring. Like I've never had like a true long break of never like seeing it.
I found the script right now of The Shadow. I have it right here. It's funny because while you guys are talking, I'm like, I can see what Evan, almost 3 pages I'm scrolling through. Every time they introduce The Shadow, he's laughing. It says, in parentheses, it says The Shadow laugh. And then he talks. So so like in this one is he's in a prison. I guess they're going after a bad guy, but the guy's name is Bricker. And he goes, "Who's there? I heard somebody, but there's nobody there. Hey, guard!" And then The Shadow goes, "Are you surprised to find me here, Joe Bricker?" He goes, "Shadow?" And then so you're worried.
Alex
You can play The Shadow.
Well, he should be. He sounds like an evil Santa, like the jolly old like warm up.
Yes, and then he goes, "You were inspecting me, and yet prisons are filled with shadows, shadows of minds of men, walking in the shadows of death itself." Wow. What do you want? You put me here and sent me to the chair. Why can't you just leave me alone? Because your career of murder is not over. That's The Shadow.
He said, "I'm going to bother you for the rest of your life."
I like that. I'm thinking I'm going to enjoy some radio tunes.
Okay, what is your total points for this movie, Evan? 17. All right, Alex, what do you got?
It's a 10 out of a 25.
I also have a 7. Just a 7. No teen at the end of it. Just
No
7.
teens.
It's a single digit special for me. I did not like it.
So 10 plus
There
7.
Me and Alex
go.
combined
Look at
gave it
that.
the same amount of points as you. So
We're like the Power Rangers.
That's us.
We morphed into Evan.
no, we're like Captain Planet. With our powers combined. Okay, so yes, that's The Shadow. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm loving this category, even though I didn't like this movie. It's fun. Dick Tracy. Now I love Dick Tracy. After watching this, I was like, Dick Tracy's way better.
I want it on 4K.
I want it on 4K now. That's way better. Now, next week, let me tell you, I'm hyped. I wish we were watching this now. We're gonna be, not this first one. We're gonna be doing Beverly Hills Cop 3. So I'm not as excited, but I'm moderately. But the next of these sort of pulpy serial things is gonna be The Phantom. Now, The Phantom is one I have seen.
Ooh.
Alex, you have not.
I never seen The Phantom.
And Evan, you have. Yeah. Oh, he said.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. And this one, of course, stars Billy Zane. Got some Christy Swanson. Now, I will say, I have seen this movie once, but I enjoyed it the one time I watched it.
Ooh.
But you know what? Maybe this will be a reverse Beverly Hills Cop 2 because I hated that, and then now I liked it. Maybe I'll hate this, but I remember thinking it was fun. But it's going to be a good. It's an adventure film. So these first two are kind of city, pulpy, almost cop type things. This one is like a pure adventure superhero type movie. So get ready to see some jungles and some mountains and waterfalls and crap like that.
I will say this, that so far between the two movies, The Shadow and Dick Tracy, all these cornball serial movies have all great actors and actresses.
Yeah.
Like it's weird to say, but they all... Like I don't know who they have besides Billy Zane in The Phantom. I don't know his surrounding cast. Yeah.
besides
but,
Billy Zane.
Man,
Is this after
this
Titanic?
Is pre-Titanic. One, I think 2 years before, because it's 96. I'll tell you who else is in it though, Alex. You got Treat Williams. Yeah, Treat Williams, Billy Zane, Christy Swanson, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh,
James
okay.
James Remar, who you know for sure, he was the second Raiden in that second horrible Mortal Kombat.
Okay,
but he's in a bunch of other good movies, and then a bunch of people that are not so famous. But I mean, people you've heard of.
Catherine Zeta-Jones. It makes sense because she was becoming hot at the time.
This was before The Mask of Zorro, so this was like one of her first movies, and of course the poster, Slam Evil, and he's punching you as you look at it. So excited! I can't wait to watch it. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, I can't wait. I haven't seen it. Like I said, I brought it on Blu-ray.
These movies are fun. Even when they're bad, they're like fun to watch.
I bought it on Blu-ray. I've had it on DVD for many years. So,
I have it on Blu-ray as well.
Well, Nate was like, if you enjoy this, the 4K is coming out in a few months.
It is. It got announced. So just wait.
The Phantom.
It got announced. I think I texted Nate. I was like I just bought it on Blu-ray. I don't know why I would need this movie on 4K.
The lush jungle surroundings.
Let me just tell you, there's a lot of movies that don't need 4K that has 4K. So
when you watch it, you're gonna see the color palette. And you could see. I'm just afraid like these type of movies on 4K is like, as we saw the strings in the shadow, wouldn't it just make these movies look worse?
Well, no, the 4K they'll delete it out. They'll clean it.
Maybe
if it's a restoration.
Maybe
scale it. They're not going to change it, especially a movie like this.
True.
They're just going to leave it in.
Yeah. If it's a restoration, then they'll take it out, clean it up a bit. No.
I don't think anyone has enough money or care about
the shadow
the
wears purple,
restoration
so
of these
that's
movies.
going to look really good in 4K. He looks like a wrestler. He looks like Rey Mysterio from WCW. He has a ring. He wears a ring that gives him like phantom powers.
Okay,
I'm excited. I think it's in Africa too. He's a white guy in Africa. I don't know. We'll watch it. We'll be watching it in the next few days. So,
all right. Well, with that said, thanks for hanging out with us on this Action Movie Guys podcast episode. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Geeks and Flicks, for reviews, unboxings, and more. You can also follow us on Instagram at Geeks and Flicks, and make sure to follow the podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. And remember, don't just watch movies, live the action.